It's because I know where I came from.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
But I know I am a good man.
Yeah,
But
you
I
are.
know that I still have bad attributes.
Of course.
Because
of
I'm a
course.
human being.
Nobody's infallible.
Right. Nobody's
We all have things that I call them
strong
little
enough.
demons that we have to deal with every single day.
Yeah.
And that's hard to do sometimes.
But I do my best to let go of the past because that's where it belongs.
Mm-hmm.
And to go forward and race the good race.
Mm-hmm.
And win that prize, and I won it. I won a prize at the end.
Yeah.
And that's who, she come knocking on the door one day. I was getting ready to leave, and I was getting ready to leave my prize behind.
Mm-hmm. But you didn't really have any, I don't think you really knew where you were going to go. I think when she came along, she maybe was check a curve, take a different direction. Like, hey, say if you're driving a car and take a different direction.
Yeah.
And that's what you chose to do. And you found out that somebody could care for you.
Yeah.
That you are a good person.
Yeah, that's when I figured, man, it's time for me to settle down.
Mm-hmm. You have children? You don't have any other than the one boy?
That's it. One son. He's 25 years old now.
You know, it could be that's all you'll ever have in your whole life.
I hope not.
Well, God gives us paths to walk, and sometimes we don't walk them straight.
Because I want to be able to watch a child grow. I want to be able to be there for that child. You know, not spend 17, 18 years away and not watch this child
Why did you
grow.
get such a damn long sentence? Because of all the break-ins and everything else like that?
Well, I did things in prison. I did things.
You did things when you were in, oh, Lord. Mm.
Well, it wasn't fun. It's not really funny, but...
No, it's not funny. It's sad.
I can look at it and smile about it.
You do that because you know it wasn't right.
Right.
And it hurt you.
I've fought people in prison, and it just made my sentence longer.
So you just kept getting days tougher.
They kept taking good time from me, locking me in solitary. And
what's it like being locked in solitary? Sometimes I wish somebody would do that to me to be by myself.
Oh, yeah. It felt good to be by myself, to be away from everybody. But then I would have a few inmates would come by and, hey, man, why don't you come on out of there?
Yeah.
You don't need to be in there. Come on out, man. He said, you just come on out and hang out with me. You just work out on the weights together.
Did that work out?
Yeah, it did.
That's good.
It finally worked. I stopped fighting with people.
And because you took some interest in something else.
I hung out with an Italian man named, I'm not going to mention his name, but I hung out with this old guy, and he pretty much took me under his wing like a son.
Like a father.
And we worked out together.
Yeah.
And walked the yard for years.
I've noticed with the children that I've worked with, I won't mention the places, but I've seen kids searched, dropping their pants and being searched after I've had a program with them, just like they're going to, they didn't have stuff stolen from me. That's very demeaning on those children.
That's security. That's what they do.
I know it's security, but still, it hurts their feelings.
Oh, it does. It does. I've been through it.
You've had
as an adult. Coming out of a visiting area.
Yeah.
After seeing mom or somebody in the family, or dad, or my sisters or brothers or whoever, it don't matter. You know, I even had pen pals come to visit me. People that I would meet through other inmates would come and visit me.
Yeah.
And I tried to get a relationship with women while I was locked up. And I ended up having fights with the guys that helped me get this woman. And I would just say, I would write her a letter and say, I don't want to see you no more, because if I got to go in there and be around these people and be around you, then I don't want to be around you. I don't want you to suffer yourself to come and see me. And I'm not going to suffer myself anymore just to see you and be around somebody I don't want to be around.
Well, every time I go through that scanner, they check. They go through all my briefcases, my books, everything.
Oh, it's humiliating.
Yeah, I've had guards even try to, fill me up when I go through. I don't have any guns on me or anything like that.
It's very humiliating.
It is. It's humiliating for me. So it must have been really bad for you guys, because you had no choice. You had to take it every day.
Oh, every day. It was just like a broken record. Wake up.
Get up.
Go stand out front of the cell. Go to chow time early in the morning. It's still dark out. Had to walk a daggone quarter of a mile just to go to the chow hall.
Oh.
It didn't matter if it was rain, sleet, or snow.
Now, in each cell you have your own bath needs, right? Your toilet, your sink, and stuff like that.
That we had.
You had that? Yeah. Okay, that had to be embarrassing in itself.
Well, actually, I got used to it.
You got used to it?
I had to adapt, yeah. I had to adapt. And, living with somebody else, after a while, I never had no more problems after the last time I was on solitary. I came out, everything just like,
How many times were you in solitary?
oh, man, it's numerous times.
Numerous times. But
Yeah.
you said you liked it.
Well, yeah, for the first 5 years, I was in and out of solitary for
Really?
fighting, disrespecting officers, you know, doing things.
What did you feel like? I'm in here, but I don't think I really belong in here?
Yeah. After so much time, I was like, this is it. I've had it. I can't take no more.
Ready to drop?
And I cried every night,
Oh.
and nobody knew it. I cried every
You
night.
knew it.
I cried because of my son, not being able to be there for him, and not being able to watch him grow. I
But
felt
have you had
bad.
a long talk with him lately? Now that you've been out,
I
you're
can't
free?
really talk to him because he's got ADD and ADHD.
Oh my goodness.
I cannot get a conversation with him. But when I did see him about 3 years ago, I grabbed him
That's
and
a long
cried
time.
and told him I loved him, and he just looked at me like
You're a stranger.
no, he had this
He knew?
look.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because we wrote to each other, and he knew who I was. He had a picture of me holding him as an infant
Oh.
when he was born, and
Yeah.
I'm like at my age when I was holding him, split image of him now. And I'm like, goodness, I'm looking at the picture of me and him, and it's a split image of me and him. And but I cried and held him about 3 years ago and told him that I'm sorry
He was what, about 18
for
years old then?
abandoning you. No, he was 18 months old when I left.
Yeah, so when you, okay.
But when I did see him, he was about 18 years old,
Yeah.
19, or I think he was like 19, I guess.
Did he ever argue
20?
with you?
I think he was like 20 years old when I seen him.
My
The
goodness.
first time when I got out of prison, he was 20 years old. And it was a trip. It was. And I told him, I'm sorry that I abandoned you like that.
Well, who's been taking care of him? His mother?
His mother and his grandmother and grandfather.
You're lucky to have had someone to look after him.
Yeah, I prayed and I thank God for them.
Exactly.
And
We all need help occasionally.
because without them, he would have been dead,
Right.
or where I was at. So they moved away and moved into an area out of state where he would be safe, where they would be comfortable.
Is he handicapped mentally or just with the ADHD?
He's, I would guess he's got a mental illness.
He does, huh?
Yeah,
Is he, the capacity for learning, how old is he now, 20 what?
25.
25. Is 25 in his mind or
No,
younger?
he's actually by now he's probably 14
14 in his mind.
or 15.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's some kind of semi-warrior now or something.
Really?
I don't know. Back then he was a warrior, doing backflips, and I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
doing all this karate stuff. I mean, the boy can fight.
Really?
I give him that much.
Yeah, but we don't want him to end up where you went, though.
No. He's never been there.
Good.
And I'm thankful for that. I thank God for that.
Where does he live?
I in North Carolina.
North Carolina.
Yeah.
You write to him or talk to him on the phone occasionally?
Occasionally.
Occasionally?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Because I see your eyes, you're happy. Your eyes now are
Yeah.
happy talking about him.
well,
You
I'm
do-
happy he's alive and safe.
Yes, exactly, safe. But
Yeah.
I can see the difference in your face talking about him. Have you ever thought of going down and spending a few days with him?
I've done that, and it
How
was
did you feel?
chaotic.
Why? What happened?
I mean, this boy's wild.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, look
yeah,
at his father. You were wild. Look at all the stuff you got into.
Yeah, and his mother's wild too. So,
Oh my God.
So with both of our little attributes, he kind of like it's like
He's right in the middle.
pretty much,
Oh,
and he's just his own little guy
in his own little world.
in his own little world, and I couldn't get through to him the way I wanted to.
What did you want to say to him?
I wanted him to snap out of it, and I couldn't heal him.
No, you couldn't.
I tried. I was grabbed by his head and just crying.
Yeah,
Son,
but you know, it's
snap
not your
out
fault.
of it, man. What's wrong with you?
You want
and
him
he
to be
would
different.
like, you know,
Really?
yeah, and then he would just, Daddy.
He's
Yeah.
20,
He's 25 now.
25, but he's got the mentality like of a 14-year-old child.
Yeah.
Yeah. He doesn't date girls and things, does he?
No,
No, it's good he doesn't.
he doesn't.
Yeah.
But
Does he have any anger issues?